Hello, this is David Scott Peters with theRestaurantExpert.com, and I want to talk to you about your next step. How'd you like to really take control of your labor? Well, we're going to talk about using the reverse labor system in two different ways. One is a scheduling tool to go into the week on budget, and another is a labor control during the week. Benefits are huge when it comes to your money. Think about it. Every time an employee works, tick, 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 it's money out of your back pocket. So first, let's talk about the scheduling part. On a weekly basis, you need to complete your labor allotment. Remember, that's putting in your times from last week. Regular hours, regular pay, overtime hour, overtime pay, your budget target, and bang, it tells you how many hours you have to schedule and how many dollars you have by position. Once you've done that, you take the schedule you wrote and this labor allotment, and there's a labor variance report that shows you how many hours you're over or under. Well, once I have that report, I now log into the reverse labor system, and it allows me to edit my schedule, where literally you can double click on an employee and say, I'm 7 hours over on my servers, and grab certain people and trim a half hour here, send them home an hour earlier, trim that schedule to match your budget. Our goal is to get that variance to 0. Well, this is probably going to take you 15 to 30 minutes. Now, while that is a new step for many of you in scheduling, instead of writing the schedule like you always have and just kind of move it forward, bring them in, pray we're busy, send them home, we're actually looking at our resources and deciding how we're going to utilize those. So while we may have added 15 to 30 minutes a day, or not a day, every time we do a schedule, we may be saving you thousands of dollars on a weekly basis. That's huge. What are we going to do? We're going to train you on that. We're going to support you on that. I'll talk more about that in a moment. But it may take us 30 minutes max to teach you how to use that, plus this next system. Now, the next week, we're into this week, right? We're no longer scheduling next week. We're in this week. The reverse labor system now becomes a labor control system. On a daily basis, the opening manager is going to put the in times of all their employees. At the end of the shift, they're going to put all the out times in. The nighttime manager is going to come in and put all the in times in for their people. Wait a second, this is data entry, right? Not a whole lot of fun. No, it's not. It's going to take you about 15 minutes per manager, maybe 30. If you've got hundreds of employees, it is a little bit longer. It's tedious, it's cumbersome. Heck, you could teach a host at the front desk to put the in and out times in if you're willing. Depends on what kind of access you want them to have to your system. It's data entry. But I'm going to put that information in. It's going to allow me to plan for success. Two different ways. One, have you ever looked around your restaurant on a Friday night, saw its asses to elbows of people, right? But you go to your POS terminal and you see you haven't sold but $50 in the last hour. People are on cappuccinos and desserts and they're hanging out. You should have been cutting people. Have you ever called up your restaurant and gone, what are you doing? You're looking at security cameras and you go, why haven't you started cutting? If you ever run into your restaurant on a busy Friday and go, cut, we're over budget, start sending people home on your busiest sales day of the week. How about let's have control, whether I'm in the building or not, whether I have a rookie manager. I may know the 5 things I'm supposed to look at to control my labor, but they don't. I can literally call up the restaurant and say, hey, because I've got all this information in, all the in and out times, I can say, hey, the schedule shows, our forecast shows we thought we were going to do $7,000 today. You ask them the questions. You think, man, I think we'll only do $5,500 if I'm lucky. You can enter that number in, and because we have all the actual in and out times in, and the in times for the nighttime people, it says if everyone were to work all the hours scheduled, my labor costs will shoot through the roof. You can actually be on the phone with them and tell them who to send home, how many to send home, how quickly to send home, to create a plan for success to get as close to budget as possible. They can do it on their own as soon as you've taught them how you want that business run. Take it one step further. You can start looking at your data for the days that have happened. At the end of the night, when you put in your sales, it comes into here. You've got all your out times in for your nighttime people. I know what my labor looks like. And I can see that I budgeted here, but I actually had a higher labor cost. Instead of getting to that Friday with a knee-jerk reaction, I can create a plan with my management team to make small changes throughout the rest of the week to make up the money we lost on Monday because we went over budget without giving up guest satisfaction. making sure the needs of the business are met without ripping the Band-Aid off, just small, subtle changes. I can do this if I use the reverse labor system. If you really want to take control of your labor, you want to take your business to the next step and analyze shift against another shift and look who's working to say, do I have the best people on there? Do I have rookies here? How do I become more efficient? You want to start using the reverse labor system. The power of it's incredible. Remember, it may be an extra 15 to 30 minutes to go into next week on budget, but saves you thousands. It could be 15 to 30 minutes a day by any supervisor, any manager, split up amongst many people if you want, but it could save you thousands of dollars a week. Wouldn't you want to do it? Give us a call. Let us train you on these systems. Let us help you take your business to the next level. And there's no excuses. We have unlimited training support. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't understand any of these processes? I don't care. Call us. It's our job to help you get the most out of Smart Systems Pro and save you money and your labor without giving up guest satisfaction.